Alright guys, so the Roval was yesterday. We're going to talk about that race a little bit. But as you can tell by the title of the video, there are other things that we're going to talk about regarding yesterday's race. And I do let's go on a little bit of a story time, okay? So the year was 2010. I think if you look at my Twitter, I joined Twitter in 2010, July of 2010, I think it is. Don't remember how much I used of it back then, but around that time, I was 13 years old, middle school, heading into high school, in 2011, 2012. And the way I was a massive NASCAR fan back then, huge. It was my favorite sport out of everything, favorite motorsport, blah blah blah. And the way I set up my Twitter was I followed a ton of NASCAR people. There are obviously other things I followed as well, but most of my stuff on Twitter was a ton of NASCAR people, media members, journalists, drivers, teams, blah blah blah. And I set up a lot of my time over the years setting up my Twitter to where Twitter was my source of news information. Every time I opened up Twitter, obviously it's different now. Like a lot of stuff I follow is Arsenal, football wise, basketball wise. You get a lot of information on Twitter now very quickly through the trending page. Things that other people like could follow up on your timeline, so you get actually more information now than you did back then. But back then, it was really about who you followed. Like you didn't see like the things that people liked go up in your timeline. It was just who you followed and the certain news you wanted to get from specific people. So back then, I was following a ton of people. I didn't have a YouTube channel. I was a nobody. I didn't tweet about NASCAR. I didn't tweet really much at all. I mean, I tweeted probably like, oh, let's go Jeff Gordon, da da da, hear that. But maybe some NASCAR stuff like that. But I didn't really use Twitter to interact with anyone. I just used it to get my news information. So that's very important to say because I used a lot of people like Jenna Fryer, like Jeff Gluck back then as well, and I still do. Bob Packrass. Again, these people are still very present today. But I did follow Jim Utter because Jim Utter was one of the few people that had like exclusive news a lot of the times, and I wanted to know like what was going on in the NASCAR world. And then out of random one day, I found out I was blocked by Jim Utter, and I never tweeted to Jim Utter. Never mentioned him in a tweet. Never mentioned his name. I literally just followed him because that's how I got a lot of my news, for the NASCAR world. So I was blocked, and then I realized a lot of other people were blocked for no reason whatsoever, and that he's just out here blocking people for no like. First of all, I don't know how he found me. I mean, if I don't tweet, like for example, if I block someone, you have to tweet at me or you have to tweet something about me, and I have to be stupid enough and soft enough to literally look up my name on Twitter and like find people who's talking crap about me. I don't even do that. I don't care. Like if you tweet something bad about me today on Twitter, you don't add me, I'm not gonna find it. I don't see it. So the fact that he somehow found my page and blocked me and found all these other people's pages, like honestly, half of you watching this video might be blocked by Jim Utter. Just it's ridiculous. So one of my main streamline just news for the sport just disappeared out of nowhere because I was blocked and I had no idea why. And he just continued on, with his job, yada, 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 whatever. So throughout the years, I haven't gotten any information from him. There'd be certain things that Jeff Gluck retweets from Jim Utter, and I'm like, I don't know what it is, okay? And that stuff annoyed me. But more importantly, I was just annoyed by the guy. I mean, look at the guy. He's just, that face is just something that is not something that you want to look at, let's say. So that brings us to today. Why did I tweet this? Okay, why did I tweet this? Has a lot of likes, by the way. I'm actually very surprised. It's a very simple sentence, 5 words. There is a subject of matter, which is the name, a adjective, which is the word bitch, and then some other people. So let's find. Luckily, one of you guys are not blocked, and you're able to find them. This is the tweet, new leader and anxiety Alex. And NBC was talking about how Alex Bowman struggles with anxiety a lot during the races, or before races, and sometimes even during the race under a caution or something. Anxiety is nothing to mess with, obviously. I wouldn't say I have anxiety. Like a lot of people can say, I have depression, I have anxiety. There are people that are literally medically diagnosed with those kind of things. I've never been medically diagnosed with anxiety or depression. I could say I've been through depression, especially during my high school years, but anxiety is a real thing. I wouldn't say I have it, so I can't really know the experience of it, but a lot of people do, and it's something that you really can't control. It's there. It's like a mental disorder. It's just there. You can't really control that. There are things you get around it, but you can't really control it. So Jim obviously thought, hey, it's a funny tweet, right? I'm playing off of NBC's blah 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 whatever. So first of all, this is just stupid in general. You can't say this. And I know the replies to this tweet and the backlash has been pretty bad. So this is just one of the things, or one thing that he is an egotistical idiot. That's what Jim Utter is. He's an idiot who somehow still has his job by giving out. He's a journalist who's supposed to provide facts and information on the sport, yet he blocks half the people that want to know what's going on. And something like this would normally get you fired. It's not as bad as, let's say Kyle Larson saying the N-word. He got fired for that. But when you're supposed to be a professional, you could get fired for something just so ignorant and so stupid. He probably has not acknowledged it or apologized or anything. I don't expect him to. He's as I said in the tweet, he is a bitch. I'm going to stand by that. Now, why am I making a big deal out of this is because there are a lot of journalists within the sport that are really good, right? They're good journalists. They provide factual information. They communicate with their audience, people who give them jobs, like Jeff Gluck, like Jenna Fryer. Like you have to read their stuff for them to even get paid, basically. Especially Jeff Gluck. I mean, he now works for The Athletic, but beforehand he was just solely going off your guys' contributions to reading his articles and communicating with him. Those are the type of guys that you want to support. Jim Utter is just. I mean, I've never seen him he just hides somewhere. Like, I don't know where he is half the time. Obviously, everyone likes a guy like Bob Pockris, right? Bob Pockris is awesome, right? Gluck is awesome, right? They communicate. They're just awesome guys. They do their job to the best of their ability. I don't understand what Jim Utter does. He's not like a personality like, let's say, Dave Moody, right? Dave Moody will say some really stupid things, but that's because he's on SiriusXM. He's a personality. It is what it is. He's out of touch with the fan base, the younger audience now. Jim Utter was never in touch with any fan base. He's just an asshole. That's what he is. So I just want to bring to light that something like this, and with his business practices or how he conducts himself as a journalist or reporter for motorsport.com or whatever, is not acceptable, and he should be fired. That's just how it is. So hopefully he already did himself a disfavor by putting himself in the spot like that, but hopefully in the next coming days or weeks, I see a notification saying he's been let go from motorsport.com. He should be fired. So if you guys can help me out, cause a ride on Twitter. Make sure his name is out there in the public eye. Make sure, all his stupid nonsense of blocking people for no reason, not allowing half of us to know what the heck's going on in the news world, tweeting just nonsensical stuff half the time, making fun of Alex Bowman who has anxiety. This stuff shouldn't be allowed. You don't conduct yourself in a professional spotlight when you have a professional job in journalism. You should be fired. So I want to leave it at that. Get his ass out of here. He's a bitch. If he wants to comment on it, he has me blocked anyways, but if he wants to talk to me about it, you come on over. Come talk to me. Business email is in the Twitter bio. Look, you could email me, send me an email. Come talk to me. Come on. I'm not a bitch. I'll talk to you. I don't care. I'm calling him a bitch because he's a bitch. You won't let me communicate with him. We won't let anyone communicate with him. You're a little bitch. So that's just how it is. And remember, that face right there is just that's a bitch face. All right, that's just how it is. Now, with that out of the way, let's talk about NASCAR. Let's talk about what happened yesterday at the Roval. I'm gonna just quickly touch on it because I missed the beginning of the final stage. I was a little bit busy with a dog. But other than that, I watched the majority of the race. The start of the race in the rain, as it dried out, the dry line. I thought that was very interesting. And a very unique kind of way to do a road course race. Obviously in NASCAR, we don't see a lot of rain races, so it was different. But my prediction came through. I thought Elliott was going to win the race. It's literally as predictable as Bobby Zalinski winning an iRacing at a road course. It's honestly that predictable. That's how good he is at road courses. And so he won, advanced to the round of 8. So just a quick note on Elliott. he could make the round of 4. I don't put him as a favorite to make the round of 4. I think still Logano and Truex have a better chance than he does. And that, obviously, I'm gonna put Harvick and Hamlin in there no matter what. So that there's only 2 spots up for grabs after Harvick and Hamlin. I think Logano and Truex have a better chance than Elliott does. I think Keselowski and Elliott are in the same ballpark. But also Keselowski's short track program, so you have to think Keselowski's a favorite at Martinsville. So I don't think Elliott's much of a favorite to make the round of 4, but he could get there. So he has a chance. Win one of the next 3 races, you're in. Obviously, it's that simple. Side note, if Harvick or Hamlin miss the final 4, this just proved my theory to you guys. You know how much I hate the championship format, the fact that it's a one-race shootout. What those 2 have done all season, it is a literal tragedy if neither of them win the championship. So I'm just going to hold off and wait to see what happens. But I thought the Roval was a good race. I like the fact that there are 6 road course races next season. You have to put Elliott as a favorite for pretty much all of them, except maybe Sonoma. He's never really had the raw pace at Sonoma. But the Glen, the Roval, which was a first-time road course that he excels at. We're going to go to Coda, which is going to be a first-time road course for everyone, which I think he will also excel at. We're going to go to Road America, which I'm not I think has Chase Elliott done a race at Road America? I feel like he has in his career in the Xfinity Series. So he has experience at Road America. I don't know that for a fact, but I'm going to say, I think he does. See, this is bad journalism. This is why I'm not a journalist, like other people. Some journalists should not be journalists, like Jim Utter. But, in my opinion, I think he has experience at Road America. You have to put him as a favorite to win 6 races literally next year. He could win 4 of the road course races and then 2 races at other tracks, and he could win 6 races a season if road courses keep going on. I don't really know how they're going to beat him. He's just so good. Obviously, Kyle Busch got eliminated, which is surprising if you take it into the context of his career. Not surprising this season. Hasn't won a race, struggled all year. It is what it is. I kind of feel bad for him. Every superstar driver has those years. Jimmy's had those years. I remember Gordon in 2008 had that year. He went winless in 2008. So, and 2006 was another off year for Gordon. I remember him missing the playoffs that year. So superstars have off years. Kyle Busch has had an off year. It happens. Don't take much into it. I expect him to come back next year better than ever, unless he's not old. So. Don't worry about Kyle Busch for you Kyle Busch fans. Who do I think is going to make the round of 4? I say Harvick. I say Hamlin. Again, if either one of those 2 don't make it, this whole thing is just nonsense. I don't want to get into it any more than that. Other than that, I would say Keselowski wins Martinsville. And then I would say, I don't know. I would say Truex gets in. Has Truex been? I don't know. Harvick, Hamlin, I think one of these guys in this bottom 5 is going to win one of the first 2 races, which is going to shake things up. I think Harvick or Hamlin, no matter what, they'll either win or they will make it on points. So I think they're both okay. But I feel like one of these guys, Elliott, Logano, Truex, Bowman, or Kurt, one of them is going to win the first 2 races, which is what, Texas and Kansas? 1.5 mile track. I feel like one of them is going to get that. And I feel like Keselowski is going to get Martinsville. So if I had to put 4, if you held me, at gunpoint, I had to pick 4 right now. Harvick, Hamlin, Keselowski. I would say Truex would be the final 4. Obviously, I'm hoping out for Elliott because that's, the guy I'm rooting for. Hendrick Motorsports. I'm hoping Bowman can do something. I think Bowman's done really well to get to the round of 8. I don't think he'll get any further. Same thing with Kurt Busch. I think he's done very well to get to the round of 8. Don't think he'll get much further. But we'll see. Anything can happen. In the future, for the next 4 races, Kansas, probably not Texas because I hate that track so much, but Kansas, Martinsville, Phoenix, I will try to make post-race reviews for you guys. It's just probably going to come a day later. I don't have the time like I used to, like right after a race to get the video uploaded. So it'll probably come a day later. So if anything interesting happens or, some crazy stuff happens, like Hamlin blows the right front tire into the wall and ends up being below the cut line, I'll make a video on it. We are at the crunch point of the season before we head off to Phoenix. And trust me, if Harvick or Hamlin don't win the championship, you will see one massive rant on this video in 4 weeks time, 3 weeks time, 4 weeks time, 4 weeks time. So you'll see that coming up in the future. But that is it for me, guys. Again, don't forget the main point of this video is that Jim Utter is a bitch. Everyone, all my homies hate Jim Utter, and that's just how it is. You know, I don't like hating on people, but like you just can't make fun of that. You're a professional. You're like what, a grown ass man, probably out of touch with the world, but still, like, just don't do that nonsense. I will see you guys later. Take care of yourselves. Subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you're not already. If you want to say I am a bitch, again, you can contact me on Twitter. You could say my dog is a bitch. I mean, he looks very nice. I will say he is a very fine specimen. So I don't think that's a very cute face, I will say. Again, I must say, for legal reasons, I am not the dog. This is me. This is my, that is my dog, though. And so you have realradroom3@gmail.com. If you want to send any hate mail my way, I will gladly read it and laugh about it. It doesn't affect me, so please come along and send it to me. And shout out to the I have to respond to you. Okay. Video editor. I will respond to your email. I don't need one at the moment. I think that's why I forgot to respond. I just don't need a video editor. So I will respond because you're very impressive. 14 years old and got some impressive stuff. Happy about that. Very good job. I did join July 2010. Okay, so that makes it right. July 2010. I've been at this a long time. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Take care of yourselves. Subscribe if you're new. Comment down below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Congratulations to the Lakers. But yes, you did not shake our hands. I just want to make sure that's noted. Udonis Haslem had to go to LeBron to congratulate him. LeBron did not mention anything in his post-game interviews. None of the Lakers did, except Jeannie Buss, I think, about respecting Miami Heat. The way we do it, the Miami Heat, we give respect. The first thing we say as soon as we win a series is congratulations to the other organization. That is the way to do it. The fact that they did not do that to us pisses me off. So now I'm coming for the Lakers. We are all, as Heat fans, coming for the Lakers. Don't worry about it because we have cap space to sign Giannis, and we're going to come for you guys. I promise you. So do not get just wait. When you guys lose LeBron, you're in trouble. We don't have to lose anyone because our core is young and ready to go. So, ooh, boy, I'm ready. We're going to get them Lakers. All right, I'm going too long. See you later. Peace out.